You're sitting on the couch watching TV, and your dog curls up beside your leg. Before they close their eyes, they let out a long, heavy, almost dramatic sigh. To a human, a sigh means exhaustion, frustration, or sadness, so we naturally assume our dog is bored or unhappy with us. But veterinary behaviorists have mapped the neurochemistry of this exact exhalation. Today, you are going to learn why that specific sigh is actually a biological mechanism that requires total physical safety and the exact workflow to tell if they are releasing stress or offering you the highest compliment an animal can give. For generations, we have evaluated our dogs through the lens of human psychology. It is an incredibly easy mistake to make because we share our homes, our routines, and our lives with them. When a human lets out a heavy sigh, it is almost always linked to emotional fatigue. We sigh when we are overwhelmed by a cognitive load, when we are stressed about bills, frustrated by a conversation, or carrying quiet grief. So, when your dog drops their head onto their paws and exhales loudly, your human brain instantly translates that sound into human emotion. You feel a sudden flash of guilt. You think, I didn't play with them enough today, or they must be so bored. But your dog isn't worrying about their schedule. They aren't holding on to emotional baggage from earlier in the afternoon. That dramatic sigh is the trigger. By taking a massive intake of air and slowly releasing it, your dog is physically expanding their ribcage and stimulating the vagus nerve. This single, deliberate respiration physically forces their heart rate to slow down. It is the canine equivalent of pulling the emergency brake on their own adrenaline. They are manually shutting down their internal radar. So, the sigh is not sadness. It is a nervous system reset. It is the exact moment their body powers down for the night. Pause for a second and think about your own dog. Notice where they are when they do it. Why do they almost never let out that heavy sigh when they are alone in the middle of an empty room? Why do they wait until they are pressed against your leg? The answer lies in a concept borrowed from human infant psychology called the secure base effect. A dog's environment is constantly changing, filled with unpredictable noises and smells. To truly enter a parasympathetic state of deep rest, they have to abandon their vigilance. But abandoning vigilance is terrifying for an animal, unless they have an anchor. When your dog presses their spine or their chin against you before sighing, they are establishing tactile wire. They are using your solid physical presence as a living, breathing security blanket. Because you are there, they don't have to keep one ear swiveled toward the hallway. They are delegating the job of worrying to you. If we look back 15,000 years, we find the evolutionary reason this behavior was permanently wired into their DNA. In the wild, sleep is the most dangerous thing an animal can do.
But here is the contradiction that catches almost every dog owner off guard. If you misread the sigh, you might actually be ignoring a dog that is asking for help. Because a sigh doesn't always mean peace. You have to look at their eyes. Veterinary behaviorists draw a massive distinction between an open-eyed sigh and a closed-eyed sigh. They sound identical, but they mean complete opposites. If your dog lets out a heavy sigh, but their eyes are wide open, staring at you or staring at the front door, they are not relaxing. An open-eyed sigh is an expression of anticipation or mild frustration. It means they are waiting for an outcome that isn't happening. They want the walk, they want the dinner, or they are frustrated that a training session is confusing. But if the sigh is accompanied by half-closed or fully closed eyes, and the head rests flat on the floor, that is the biological reset. That is total surrender. Because dogs share mirrored autonomic nervous systems with their primary owners, you can actually use their closed eye sigh to hack your own neurochemistry. I call this the somatic grounding workflow, and it takes about 60 seconds.
Here is how you use it the next time your dog settles against you. Step 1. The visual check. Wait for the sigh and immediately check their eyes. If they are open, your dog needs an activity or a clear boundary. If they are closed, proceed to Step 2. Step 2. The ribcage anchor. Place your hand softly with a flat palm against their ribcage. Do not pet them or scratch them, that stimulates arousal. Just let your hand rest so you can feel the slow, steady rhythm of their expanding lungs. Step 3. The mirror breath. Close your own eyes. For the next 60 seconds, consciously match your breathing to theirs. Inhale when their ribs expand, exhale when they drop. Within 1 minute, the physical synchronization will trigger your own vagus nerve, lowering your heart rate and directly reducing the cortisol levels in your bloodstream. Your dog is offering you free biological stress relief.
The next time the house is quiet and you hear that long, vibrating exhale beside you, I want you to stop feeling guilty. They aren't bored, they aren't sad, they are doing something profound. The world is loud, massive, and overwhelming for a dog. They spend all day processing thousands of scents, listening to frequencies we can't hear, and monitoring the emotional weather of the entire house. It is an exhausting job. But when they lean against you and let out that heavy breath, they are telling you that the job is done for the day. They are telling you that because you are here, they can finally turn the radar off. You are their secure base, and there is no greater display of trust that an animal can give.
If this video changed how you hear your dog's quiet moments, hit subscribe and let me know in the comments. Does your dog do the heavy sigh before falling asleep? To help you and your dog co-regulate your stress levels, I've put together a free somatic grounding checklist. You can download it using the link in the description to start syncing your nervous systems tonight. If you've ever wondered why your dog suddenly freezes like a statue on their evening walk, that's the next video. I'll see you there.